This is Timothy Butt from MLW. Make sure you give a listen to one of the greatest podcasts in the world, True Heel Heat.
This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero, and if you're looking for some true heel heat, you better listen to them boys.
Oye, te habla tío Sabio Vega. This is Sabio Vega and you watching True Heel Hit a mi manera o pa' la calle.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Or you know what, your favorite Tuesday afternoon show, Rated Raw Review number 13, reviewing the March 4th, 2024 edition of Monday Night Raw as only we can. And I am joined by the face and the ace of the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. It's your boy, Romeo Anthony Cologne.
What's up, bro? Are you fully recovered from North Carolina yet?
My voice is like shatters of the broken glass underneath Darby Allin's bloody broken body right now. Yeah, I'm barely holding on. I did FMC earlier today, 2 hours talking about all the stories from the Great Trip. Check that out over on Fightful Overbook, me and Jeremy Lambert. But yes, I am here with you to talk about Monday Night Raw from last night. How did you feel about the show? How was your weekend? How are you feeling? How was the watch along?
Watch along was fun. Show was good. Two really great matches. Sting had a hell of a send off. And Raw, you know, you got to get back into WWE groove of things. It's not going to be AEW Revolution. It's going to be a TV episode that's setting up for WrestleMania, still on the road.
I felt numb, yo. I felt numb. felt numb inside.
Calm down.
I never felt that in my life. Never felt that in my life. The level of numbness watching the show live after coming off of a plane, and I'm settling down with my son, and had to watch this show, and it was just like I had to tweet out. I was like, I just feel so numb, and it's probably because I went to Revolution, coming off the high of that event. Yeah, it's probably that. Made me rewatch the show in the morning because I missed the first hour, and then got to start off with this opening segment. And I almost quit. I almost stopped watching. I wasn't going to finish watching what I'd missed because, boy, oh boy, maybe there was a reason why it was enough.
Oh. Diarrhea Sid?
I felt like I had diarrhea at that point. Like I wanted to sit on a toilet and just settle down for the night and just like I might fall asleep right here. That type of diarrhea. Damn it, man. What wow. Why did he do that? Yo, we've been on your side, Seth. We were rooting for you. We were rooting for you. We was like, this is your way. This is your way to get that WrestleMania main event. And then you did this to us. How could you?
He was purposefully doing Rock humor to get at Rock, right? Isn't that what the internet's been saying?
Yeah, apparently so. I've been told this, Romeo. I've been told this. But we want to hear what you have to say. Sound off in the live chat. You will try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But, of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. We will highlight every single comment that comes in as far as a super chat concerns at the end of the program. And, any other extra comments that we like throughout the show, we'll try to highlight and talk about at the end of the show. I do have to rush off, so it's going to be a more compact review of last night's Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
But without further ado,
for good reason, folks. He's going to do other stuff for the channel, so it's not like he's leaving us just to go have fun or something.
No.
Well, he's going to have fun, but he's not leaving us. He's still putting in that hard work for you guys.
Absolutely. It's to do more work. Of course. But yes, we are just over a month away from WrestleMania, so the show kicks off with the number one contender for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, coming out here to kick off the show, and he's talking about facing Roman Reigns. But first, there is the form of The Rock as a distraction. Cody recaps what The Rock was talking about over last week, including mocking Rock's dog, which this did not please him. He looked right into the camera and he says, "Don't talk about my dog. Don't you ever talk about my dog."
Goofy ass dog, I believe, were The Rock's words.
Yes, it was. Rock had talked to Cody before, and he finally explained what was the conversation. He says he tried to convince him that the fans wanted to see Rock versus Reigns, but the fans said they wanted something else. So we get the "We Want Cody" chants. He says those were the people The Rock referred to as crybabies. And then he gets a chance, people cheering that they're Cody crybabies now. But then Rock moved on to a certain challenge. That challenge involved he didn't want to take the the one-on-one challenge that Cody suggested. He wanted a challenge that involved a person that he now considers a friend. And he brings out that friend, which is Seth freaking Rollins. And he says that Seth, he has his own challenge at WrestleMania. He already has Drew McIntyre to deal with. So Cody gets, if he's busy. Rollins talks about how he and Roman Reigns came in here over 11 years ago, and they wanted absolute power. Now Seth says that they are one, and he does the L that The Rock keeps putting up instead of the one.
Yeah,
and he says, one win away. We're one win away. We're so close from Reigns having exactly what he wants. Rollins isn't interested in any of that and doesn't like what The Rock has been saying. Rock threatened to get rid of the World Heavyweight Championship. He said he could take it away just like that, and claims to have made wrestling cool again. He says the reality is Rock hasn't been cool in 20 years. But you know what is cool? He says that he brings up that he says that he's got actually a new nickname for The Rock. And he says he thinks about it, and then he says Diarrhea Dwayne.
Exactly. No pop.
Yeah. Yo, if Rock or Roman was there, that's exactly what their response would have been. And it got that first level of and then people started like, okay, let's chant it. Let's get this over. Let's help Seth out. And started chanting diarrhea for some reason.
That was a sympathetic cheer. Like, you should have just left them to die out there. I don't know.
Yes.
These fans should be ashamed of themselves.
Yes, they should. You should be ashamed of yourself. And that's why, even to start off the show, I usually say where the show was from. San Antonio, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's the first time I'm going to say that today. We got, and he says this morning Rollins was 100% medically cleared, so he says he'll be at SmackDown to face off with the Bloodline, and he has Cody's back. So does Cody have his? Cody says he does. So he says he won't whine for 21 minutes in a promo, having been stand out in this fucking ring for 20 minutes. He says they'll be at SmackDown with an answer. And like this is the second time that we've had a Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes segment where I'm saying this was a whole lot of time to say absolutely nothing. First Elimination Chamber and then this shit.
That Diarrhea Dwayne was so lame and corny and such Vince humor. And what made it worse is that he builds up to it like this is really funny joke. If he didn't build up to it, he just threw it out there, it'd be less harsh on it. It'd still be corny. I'd be less harsh on it. But he built this up as a great punchline. It's just what a dud. Terrible. But I don't know. It's got me looking forward to SmackDown at least. SmackDown feels big that you're gonna have all four of these guys in the ring at once, face to face, and that's the way the challenge should be accepted, is in person, which I prefer that way. And it's good that Seth is officially cleared, which means they could get physical if they want to on Friday. I don't think they will. I think they'll save that for maybe the go home show. And by the way, this tag team match, night one, it's main eventing. For some of you folks out there who think this should open the what?
What is going on? Like, what is going on? I understand. Like, okay, I get it. Oh, we want Bailey, and
I want Bailey
we
too.
want Rhea. We want Rhea to have something, guys. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair that the guys get both nights. I understand. That's that. It's not fair. But life isn't fair.
You sounded like The Rock. Now we got some Bailey crybabies, pal.
It's just like, what are we talking about now? Like, y'all got what y'all wanted, and then y'all keep going for more. That's the problem. Let's be real. That's the real problem here, is that fans get what they want, and then they want more.
You think The Rock is returning to curtain jerk? And you know how many people are gonna be like, "Oh, I saw what I needed to see for night one." You know how many people are gonna leave?
They will leave. They will leave. You will be a main event of WrestleMania. So you'll say sold out 60,000 and Lincoln Financial, but about 40,000 people would have left. You're gonna have to push everybody down if you do The Rock as the opening matchup.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. The best chance Bailey and Io have to have a great match in front of a hot crowd is opening night one.
I agree. And listen, people are underrating this tag match. This tag team match, it's gonna be so electric. That stadium, that atmosphere is gonna be so electric. Reacting to these four going at it, you're not gonna be able to follow that with anything.
I want to say hi to a bunch of y'all in the chat here. We got Eric Isaacs. What's up? We got Christopher Kidd. We got Chase in the chat who says Diarrhea Dwayne is nasty. We also
One thing this whole diarrhea Dwayne thing has shown me is that it's very hard to spell diarrhea. I could not get. I always have to spell check it. I cannot spell it right.
Yeah, I probably didn't spell it right in the you spelled it different from what I did in the headline. So maybe the reason I spelled it incorrectly like that is the spelling that trended. That's the spelling that trended. So that's the spelling that I put in the headline, and hopefully,
it is spelled incorrectly.
hopefully we could get. That's good though. That's good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if it's spelled correctly, then we're gonna get flagged and we're gonna get the limited ads. So I'm fine with not spelling incorrectly.
You get the picture.
You get the picture.
You can spell it out.
Why? Like, why was that your response? Like, literally, you came off Bush League. It feels like he's in this program with 3 stars who feel like main eventers, and you're just not that. That's what that response to what The Rock did. Rock gave us 60 minutes of great content, of great promo work, and then you gave us that as a response. That is embarrassing.
Yeah, even The Rock social media promo. People make fun. It was 15 minutes and then 20 minutes. He deleted it and then just uploaded the full version. It was great. And then he explains the whole feud. He's got his editor worked overtime. It's great. It was great. And he got everything he got to say in there. And then he had even more for you on SmackDown. So The Rock killed it on Friday.
I will read one of the super chat donations now to show the support. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm. As always, the GOAT. We missed you yesterday, GOAT. We was like, where's Will at? Me and Jimmy instead. Will says the pay-per-view was good until Drew prayed for them to cut Sting off. What? He said Drew
Sting's promo got cut short because Drew prayed for it.
I know that Sting's promo got shot because you can see it like on the big screen in the arena that it cut off, and Sting said he was getting time cues, and literally Darby said when he handed Sting the promo, he's like, we only got 3 minutes, and Sting went on a long speech. Yeah, I knew that. In the world. Yeah, he did, and that's why I'm glad that they uploaded immediately to their YouTube channel. So that was smart.
Question:
It was a great. I think it was an all-time pay-per-view. I think for AEW wise, I think it's a top 3, top 5 AEW pay-per-view.
I'll let you have top 5. It's bottom of the 5. Did you lose your voice? Did you lose your voice Sunday or at karaoke?
Probably at karaoke. Creed, man, got to get those high notes. Creed. Well, we got up next was our opening matchup. You had Gunther going one-on-one with Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day. This was basically how you would expect, but we had a great opening from Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, who took time to start out. Michael Cole bringing up Sting's retirement and wishing him well. McAfee sounded like he was about to go in on the praise of Sting's last match, saying it was an epic match last night, but Cole quickly cut him off to go right into the matchup.
Cole's like, anywho, back to the action, which just started.
Gunther kept going for the chop. Dom kept avoiding it. He eventually hits the ring post, which gives Dom a bit of an advantage, but eventually Gunther chops him down. He opens up his shirt. He starts chopping him hard, blistering his chest. Dom is able to fight back a little bit. He avoids one of the chops. He hits a dive, and then he loads up for the 619, but Gunther blasts him with a big old clothesline. He only gets a 2 because he picks him up. Dom counters a power bomb into a sunset flip for 2. He then connects with the 619. He goes for the frog splash, but Gunther avoids it and then hits a big shotgun drop kick into the corner. He then hits a power bomb and then the Boston Crab to pick up the victory. 9 minutes, 16 seconds. Good opening match here. What did you think?
It almost felt unworthy enjoying all this. This was too enjoyable. Like, to see Dom get beat down like this, it felt like it should have been built up more. Like, Dom should have been even more of a chicken shit than he usually is leading up to this. And then he just gets his comeuppance. That's what it felt like. It felt like this is like getting a Christmas gift early, like 2 weeks before Christmas. This is just so much joy in watching him get his ass kicked by Gunther. And let me tell you something. I know it's not happening anytime soon, but Gunther as a baby face, that has some fun written over it.
We got two seeing two heel acts be baby faces on this show.
Bizarro land last night.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Because Gunther is just such a badass that people will get behind that, and he could talk. Now the problem is he wouldn't sell much because how much are you gonna get Gunther to sell? But he could be a dominant baby face if you wanted to.
I could see that. Backstage, we are revealed that the Damage Control are here with Dakota Kai after a heel turn on SmackDown and the attack on Bayley. And then they're here for our next matchup, which is Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler going up against former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions KC2, Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance. Zoe and Shayna keep up their winning ways. We get Shayna with the chokeout on the outside on Kaden, while Zoe rolls up Katana for the win. After the matchup, Dakota gets on the mic and she says that Zoe and Shayna will get their title shot after Damage Control Kabuki Warriors take care of business on NXT. They'll come back to Raw next week, and Baszler is pleased. What did you think about all of this?
The double Spanish fly was cool. Listen, Kaden and Katana, they're my favorite tag team, but they just continually get thrown to the side. Like they're the second best women's tag team they got, and it's just like screw them, whatever. But Dakota's a good heel mouthpiece for Damage Control, but Zoe and Shayna, this women's tag team division is in a mess. Sorry.
It is.
Especially when you compare it to the singles division with the both title pictures. It doesn't compare.
It's just not interesting at all either. So we get also with the women's tag team division, might as well get it out the way here. Backstage, Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae are basically arguing that they are not in line for tag team title shots. Indy says we'll get them next time, but Candice is showing more frustrations and looks more upset. We get the interaction with Natalya and Tegan, who are also showing dissension after the elimination at the Royal Rumble. And then Maxine tries to show support to them, but Candice says that you don't even know anything. You've only wrestled 3 times. What do you know? You can't even lace my boots. And she walks off, and Indy apologized for her. Candice looking stressed.
And then I heard her under her breath, like, you get booed at house shows. I heard Candice say that. She was not lying. No, I just made that up.
I was about to say, shoot, brother.
Candice wasn't lying. That's all I'll say. She cannot lace her boots at all. Where does this go? I don't know. How do you do this? Sorry, not sorry.
Like what? Huh? Around my head?
No. Oh my goodness. That was dark.
Let's go with no, I said around my head, not a throat, sir.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Clarify.
Jesus.
Man, suicide
head. What? Headband. Let's talk about the Judgment Day for the rest of the night then. Talking off that Dom and Gunther opener. Dom is backstage and he's recovering when the rest of Judgment Day come in. Priest says that JD needs to take care of Gunther and they'll take care of the rest of Imperium. They have an interaction with Andrade who's in there, and Tom tells the rest of Judgment Day that they need to watch Andrade. And speaking of Andrade, they did watch his matchup, which was his re-debut to WWE. He had a 3-minute matchup with Apollo Crews. He looked good here.
Apollo who?
Apollo Crews looked good here. He packed on a lot of muscle here, looking a lot muscular than even usual, which he was already a freaking action figure. And then Andrade here, he looked good in the time that they were given, which wasn't months, but Andrade looking dominant here in the win. What did you think about Andrade's re-debut?
He looked good in the ring. His 3 amigos way better than Dominic's. His
Absolutely.
Judas effect.
He knows which way to go.
And he got the crowd into his match. The crowd could easily just sat on their hands, but you got them clapping. He got them into it for as much as he could get into Apollo Crews and Andrade. So it was fine. But yeah, I don't like his theme. His theme doesn't hit like his other themes have hit at all. It needs to be more Mexican. Come on.
They think they got it with the El Ídolo.
That part's cool. They can start off like that, but it has to go into something Mexican after that.
I feel you. I feel you. They need to go back. Why can't they do any CFO themes? Like any?
It ain't the same.
Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley, of course, is going to go one-on-one with Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Up next was Becky Lynch going one-on-one with Nia Jax. These two women had a matchup at day one. Very good matchup at day one on the first Raw of the new year. And once again, they delivered in my opinion, I thought this was a banger, especially after the commercial break when they started breaking out different moves like Nia Jax fucking breaking out a leg drop had me flabbergasted. I was like, Becky, no, your body. I was like, I would not agree to that. What are you doing?
All over her face.
Oh my God. We got Lynch snaps off a head scissors. We get Jax gets planted and then with a annihilator, but she misses and hits the mat, hurting her hole. We get high flying from Becky. This was fast paced, even with the two women, considering their usual pace in matches. So I thought this was a really fun bout. Then you get Liv Morgan coming in, interfering in the same fashion that Becky did last week, ending this match at 10 minutes, 16 seconds via disqualification, just as it was getting better. Then Liv gets into Becky's face, talking trash, saying that it's not all about you. Becky and Liv argue until Nia pulls them out of the ring and attacks both women standing tall. What did you think about this one?
I'm like you. I thought that leg drop was incredible. If that was the finish to the match, I'd have been like, damn, that was good. That was great.
Yeah.
I would have believed it. Like, that was incredible. I was like, how the hell you kick out of that? Because it caught Becky clean. But Liv costing Becky the match, I didn't think of that, but obviously it makes sense. It's good storytelling. And I love how she just, before she walks away from Becky, she's like, cry about it. That's her slogan. That's the crybaby movement out there. The hashtag crybaby lives out there. Cry about it. And they're going to still thinking, oh, yes, we're in this now. We're in the storyline. We got a chance at WrestleMania, baby. They're going to make it a multi-woman match, 4-way. Let's go.
They're doing it for us. I do want to read another one of the super chats from Will Chisholm here. He says, if Seth sounds more of a smartass saying that I may believe that was to mock The Rock, but he didn't. So he's getting this social media work. Absolutely. Like that, the people that are under the belief that he was bad intentionally, or he was showing off how corny The Rock is and how The Rock comes off with corny nicknames. But The Rock can pull it off. The Rock can call you a walking clown shoe like 87 times in that promo on Friday. And no one talked about how he dragged that shit. No one talked about it because the rest of the promo was such compelling television. You and Cody are now 0 for 2 with that Elimination Chamber, with the Grayson Waller effect segment, and this as far as being as compelling as Rock and Roman when they're on their own without you guys.
No, I actually laugh when The Rock calls Seth a walking clown emoji. That's funny. That's a funny nickname.
Yeah, that's funny.
And he didn't build up to it. He just delivered it, The Rock knows what he's doing. 20 years since he's been cool. What?
Yo, I was like, now you just lying. Why are you lying for? You're not cool. You're not cool, Seth. So just stop talking about cool. You're not cool. You're not the person that's making wrestling cool. Like
Sid, your vocal cords, like Sid. Your vocal cords. You still need them today.
He gonna make me lose them completely. Like, Seth, yo, stop. Speaking of the Intercontinental Champion Gunther, like we said in the opening matchup, you had Ricochet backstage. He was making his pitch for the Intercontinental Championship matchup at WrestleMania. Then Judgment Day came in to make their pitch for JD. This all led to Adam Pearce announcing the Gunther Gauntlet match. Next week, Chad Gable, Ricochet, Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura, who also approached him during that segment with Damage Control, and JD McDonough. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. Where'd you get it from? The Gunther Gauntlet? I love it.
You said at WrestleMania.
Maybe they want to do 2 nights. Whatever. That's fine. But still, we get it. To me, it feels like a big fight feel. I'm really looking forward to this. I don't know what they're going to do because you could see Sami Zayn, you could see Chad Gable. I think it's more Chad Gable because they're leaning more into that story. But if that happens, then Sami Zayn is stuck back at square one with nothing to do at WrestleMania, which is very weird to me, but also intriguing to me. So I'm really looking forward to next Monday. But Ivar should have been in that. But Ivar, I guess, he got the little eliminated from the gauntlet later on.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, he approached Sami Zayn as he got news of the gauntlet and said that he didn't deserve it and he deserved to be in it, which led to a match later in the night with Sami Zayn and Ivar. This was a fine matchup. I thought it would be better, but it didn't get too much time here. But Ivar very dominant in this matchup. We got abbreviated by a commercial break. So we saw about 7 minutes of the 10-minute matchup. In the end, Sami Zayn was able to avoid the doom salt and then hit the Aluva kick to pick up the victory here. Any thoughts on this one?
Yes, the Michael Cole's pop for the antlers. And then
Valhalla. It's so corny. It's so corny.
Love it. This shit is hilarious. The crowd loved it too. McAfee was hilarious, telling him how stupid he looked. Even Jim Ross caught a stray. He's like, Michael Cole's like, no, I know how stupid it feels when JR wore that cowboy hat. And then they had to get serious because hello, you got Ivar and Sami Zayn. They're about to deliver in the ring. They were having too much fun, but they did deliver in the ring, and it was nice. And I enjoyed. No, I think that the antler shit is hilarious to me. Hilarious. You are in the minority there.
Cornball. No, I'm not in the minority. It's corny.
Everybody loves this. Everybody in the chat loves this. Go chat. Let them know. Chat. This shit is hilarious. The antlers. It's hilarious. Let them know, chat.
I like Michael Cole now. I'm not saying a lot of the stuff he does is corny. I like when he gets excited about things, but this antler shit is corny. Backstage, Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan have a confrontation, like you said, where they set up a matchup for next week. Who do you think Nia's going to interfere in that? And
that's the next logical progression.
Pretty much. I was like, that's where we're going here, right? All right. Yeah. And then next up was our second match where a heel had to become a babyface as the Judgment Day went against Imperium. And it felt like the crowd didn't know how to react. And even commentary had to mention that they didn't know how to react to these two heel teams going at it. But after the commercial break, they just chose to get behind Finn Balor because he took the heat in this matchup, building to the hot tag. He eventually gets cut off from making the hot tag, but has to, rally up himself. He nearly gets the win with the coup de grace, but they break it up. And then Damian Priest finally gets the hot tag. He comes in. Balor takes out Kaiser on the outside with a big dive, while Priest hits the big South of Heaven chokeslam on Vinci for the win here. Another very good matchup from Imperium. I wish this was for the titles at least. Right? It felt like Imperium earned a title shot by that win last week, and it felt too soon to do a non-title match with the champions here, but very good matchup though. And I like that the crowd they adjusted the matchup based on the crowd.
Yeah, it's like the crowd remembered, well, we used to root for Finn Balor once upon a time, so that's the natural thing. Let's just root for him again. And yeah, it was bizarro world to see the crowd rally behind Judgment Day, but solid match. But I agree with you. Like, why did we do this the week after their war with the New Day? Like, it should have been built up more. Pat McAfee was hilarious after with the replays of what was it? Davey Priest chokeslam. That was funny.
Yes. The Maca
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 feet. What?
All right, so I have some loose strays that I didn't get to here. We had Burst of Damage Control on this show. They were backstage, and they had a confrontation with Rhea Ripley that said, "Stay out of my territory." Any thoughts?
Very old school of her.
Very old school. And after the Zayn and Ivar matchup, it was Bronson Reed, one of the competitors in the Gunther Gauntlet, who came out, delivered a big thunderous tsunami to Zayn. Is that how we start off next week's? I
don't know if it's how we start off, but Sami Zayn is definitely eliminating Bronson Reed. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, absolutely. It has to come down to Zayn and Gable.
Yes.
That's what I think. Those are the two favorites right now.
I could
And
be wrong.
in regards to the Judgment Day, Regeneration X decided that the only way they could take out the Judgment Day is going after the tag team titles, as they had played a game of WWE 2K24.
Yeah, that segment was whatever. A rare R-Truth dud.
And the final segment with Gunther involved him getting an interview about the Gunther Gauntlet that was interrupted by Chad Gable, who said everybody is chasing him because of the title, but for him, it just means more, talking about how Gunther talked about him as a man and his child crying. It feels like a lot. Gable is like the sentimental favorite here.
I just love how Gunther just laughs him off and just does not take him seriously whatsoever.
And then ahead of the main event, we had two promos. Jey Uso with his yeet glasses talking about the main event matchup and his history with Drew McIntyre, as well as Drew talking about how Seth is a spotlight junkie. And he points out how Rollins is always involved with the big comebacks, and the World Heavyweight Championship deserves better than Rollins and Jey Uso, leading to our main event, Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. These two guys have developed pretty good chemistry. I felt in the past they've had lackluster matches, not like matches that were not bad, but not matches that were great when I thought they could. And I felt like this was the closest to great that involved a lot of story threads in it. Like you had Solo Sikoa come out for a distraction, which led to Cody Rhodes, the Bloodline Hunter, coming out and interrupting to fight him off. You also had Jimmy Uso come out for a final distraction, leading to Drew McIntyre hitting the Claymore kick on Jey Uso to pick up the victory here. Post-match, Jimmy Uso pulls out a steel chair. He's about to attack Jey when the music of Seth Rollins hit. He runs right past his WrestleMania opponent to go after Jimmy Uso. Super kicks Jimmy out of the ring. That gives Drew McIntyre time to deliver the Claymore kick to Seth Rollins and tell you, see, I told you so. You're distracted, and this is what's going to happen. Great stuff. I thought the main event was a very good matchup, but I love the post-match stuff. Love the stuff with Drew and Seth Rollins to build up their main event, their co-main event, as they were saying on this show for WrestleMania 40. The Jimmy and Jey stuff was predictable, but I like it. It got good crowd heat, and I like Solo and Cody going at it because I feel they're going to do a rematch on TV. I do have to run. I know I can count on Romeo to close everything out and read your super chat donations, but I will let you know on AE Ramble what interview I am about to run and do. Romeo, take it away. Thank you, sir.
Later, good brother. I agree with most of Sid's thoughts there. I like Cody's music playing to run Solo away, hunting the bloodline. I mean, he ain't go to SmackDown last week, so if they come to your show, you better whoop their ass. Jay seemed defeated when he saw Jimmy, like, really, again? He just, like, walked into a Claymore. Seth coming out to help was good. I kind of figured Drew was going to get physical with Seth once when he stared him down, running past him. All intriguing stuff. The crowd chanting CM Punk, really? What are we doing? Are you stupid? Jay and Jimmy, that match needs to be made official pronto for WrestleMania. Let's stop playing around. Let's just make it official already. And SP3 mentioned Cody Solo. I think we're going to probably get Seth and Jimmy too. Where probably Jay interferes that time, and then we could get this match official, hopefully. My match of the night was Judgment Day Imperium. Let us know in the chat your match of the night, MVP, LVP, thumbs up, thumbs down. Write it in the chat. Match of the night, Judgment Day Imperium for me. MVP, I'm going to give to Michael Cole, Pat McAfee. They had me laughing my ass off. They were great tonight, last night. And I'll give it to Drew McIntyre as well. LVP, I got to give to Seth Rollins for that Diarrhea Dwayne line. It's very, very bad. Honorable mention to Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso, who doesn't win many main events, if you noticed. He's got a very piss poor record. I'll give this Raw about a 7.2. Let me read some super chats here. The ones that he didn't read. Will, thank you for the $5. Seth told Becky, remember when you took my Mania main event? Well, it's payback time. LOL. Yes. Seth is main eventing night 1. I'm with Jimmy. Thank you for $5 again. I'm with Jimmy. I think Triple H is going to use his favorites to shit on Maxine. LOL. I did get a sense of art imitating real life with Candace saying that Maxine couldn't even lace her boots. And thank you for the $10. I could be losing too deep, but that Io and Rhea tease. I see Bayley taking the title from Io. They do a draft to put Damage Control on Raw, and that can be a pay-per-view match, maybe at Money in the Bank. Yeah, if Rhea's still champ, defeating Becky, she's going to need some new blood to wrestle. Io makes all the sense in the world. I like that idea. It would be fresh. It would be fresh. I like that. Good idea. Read some comments here. LVP. Seth, match tonight. Gunther. MVP Gunther. Show was a 3. 3 out of 10. Wow. Match tonight. Judgment Day Imperium. I agree. Eric, 7. Safet, 7. Sounds like you're agreeing with me with 7. Are they slowly turning Judgment Day face? No, I don't think so. But every once in a while, they could put him in a position to get cheered to probably do it. But no, they can't turn babyface. Rhea can, but Rhea would have to leave Judgment Day. I don't see that happening anytime soon. All right, yeah, if there's no more comments, no more super chats, we can wrap this up. Thank you all for joining us. Thumbs up this video if you haven't already. And join us all week long. Tomorrow night, it'll be Elite watching AEW Dynamite. This has been Rated Raw Review 13. Do the right thing, Seth. We'll see you.